Yeah. So when you're learning guitar at first, it's kind of hard and it sounds not good. No, it's not that fun. So then here came along a couple companies. They're like, what if we make learning fun? Everyone's like, what? Two companies rose to the top. There's GuitarBots and there's Rocksmith. GuitarBots later turned into Yousician. They're two games which are supposed to teach you how to play guitar in the form of a game. So we're going to be looking at what does each game do, how does it work, and which one's better. We're also going to be looking at the pros and cons of, using a game to learn the guitar. Like, does that even work? First and foremost, it's important to know what platforms these work on, rather than just listing them off, here they are. So the second thing that's worth noting is Rocksmith costs like $100 if you're going to get the real tone cable as well. It's like a one-time fee. Once you have the game, you have the game. Yousician is free. But here's the thing, the free version is really not enough. Ultimately, if you actually want to use it, you're gonna have to get a paid subscription. What's good about Yousician is that you can try it out for free, see if you even like the premise. Rocksmith, you're kind of committed to it. Well, I mean, you could return it, but that's morally wrong. So I guess you could do that. But Yousician offers a free trial, essentially. Last technical note, Rocksmith's kind of intended for an electric guitar, rock. Yousician's intended more for an acoustic guitar. So that's the technical stuff. Now, the in-game stuff. I guess it's kind of technical still. So the display in Yousician when you're playing a song, I'll show it right here, but it kind of works like in tablature form. So it might be familiar if you've already tried to learn some songs with tabs. In comparison to Rocksmith, which went with the Guitar Hero route, it's totally unique to itself and it's not really transferable outside of the game. That said, tabs aren't that hard to learn, and the Rocksmith interface you can pick up pretty quickly. Just worth noting, you know what I mean? Okay, while Yousician and Rocksmith are both learning games, Yousician's geared more towards the learning and Rocksmith's geared more towards the game. So they both kind of feature like video lessons, but the order in which they teach you things, Yousician follows more of a standard like learning progression, whereas Rocksmith's just kind of like, hey, you're bad at this, learn it. They do have ordered lesson plans, but Yousician kind of actually focuses on like teaching you the basics and progressing you as a guitar player, whereas Rocksmith is kind of more about like the flashy stuff. Like I think like the 5th lesson is how to do pull-offs, which I mean is fine. It's not really how a guitar teacher would, introduce you to playing guitar, but so Yousician will start you off with like nursery rhymes, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and other hit songs. Whereas Rocksmith, they've got like commercial rock songs. But Rocksmith doesn't have like any truly beginner songs. It has beginner ways to play harder songs, but that's not really the same thing as like learning actual basic songs and progressing gradually into harder songs. And that's what Yousician does. The best way to say this, Yousician starts you off with like baby level songs that, you don't really want to play, but they're good for teaching you how to play. Whereas Rocksmith gets straight into the rock and roll, baby. So you're learning songs that, you might be more interested in playing, but it's not necessarily appropriate for your skill level, especially if you're like really early on. Additionally, Yousician puts like a huge emphasis on timing, which is, pretty important if you're trying to play music. But all this to say, Yousician kind of works congruently with online courses that you can take. So if you're trying to use multiple resources at once, for example, Justin Guitar, it kind of follows a similar learning pattern. So you can kind of learn some stuff online and then apply it to the game. Whereas, Rocksmith just kind of... I'd say that Rocksmith's good for practice. If you've learned something elsewhere and you want to apply it, in kind of a fun, gamey setting, Rocksmith's good. But with Rocksmith, you absolutely need outside resources and references to learn new stuff. Whereas Yousician, also you should probably use outside stuff, but it works pretty well independently. And that's really it. I hope you got something out of this. If you've played these games or have more experience with them than I do, let me know what you think. In my experience, honestly, both are pretty fun. Anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I'll see you maybe tomorrow. Who knows? Anything's possible. Bye.